Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another segment of Asaph Cafe. I am your host, Asaph Adonai, and we're on the set here. You can see the lovely buildings in the background and the water and so on. Our special guest is my neighbor, Mr. Brian Erickson, Missoula, Montana. He's our special guest on the cafe on my left, and on my further left, the lovely Teresa Toigo. And even further, like a guardian angel over our set, affectionately our aging rocker Emmett. So it's 3 o'clock. We're going to have fun for the next hour. And make yourself at home. And if you guys want some of this sparkling,
wonderful
white grape,
non-alcoholic.
It's
Yep.
non-alcoholic. I'll let you do the honors
All
there.
right.
And make sure it doesn't. Yeah.
Delicious, wonderful. Like on the Lawrence Welk show with all the bubbles and, there's champagne music, Bubbles in the wine, yep, I love that stuff.
Champagne music. Yeah, we'll call this episode champagne music.
Champagne
Right
music.
Yeah, I'm gonna call that champagne music.
I'm not able to do what, I've tried to do what Lawrence Welk did, he would, put his cheek, psh.
Yeah, well, I think that was a special effect. I don't think he was doing that for real, because it was a loud popping sound.
Yeah.
All right, you want to start us off, Emmett?
Heavenly Father, bless our time together in Jesus' name.
Amen. And on that note, Brian, thanks for being part of our show today, and you look just like yourself. All you have to do is talk to me as I play. And it would be a good song to start this off for Brian? See if you know this song, Brian. Recognize it?
No, I honestly don't.
Okay, that's the theme of Star Trek, the television show.
Yeah.
All right, we'll think of something that you would know. What kind of music do you like?
I like country.
Country?
I like a little bit of rock and roll in the old.
All right, tell me if you know this one here. You recognize it?
I'm not and when it comes to piano stuff, I'm not really.
Oh, no, don't worry about the piano itself. We're just talking about the song.
Yeah,
the tune.
but it's.
All right, we'll think of a song for you. Hold on, just try this one here. You recognize this song?
I do.
No, I honestly don't.
Okay, we've got to find a song that
Crazy.
you're gonna like. That's called "Crazy"
Well,
by Patsy Cline.
But see, when it comes to like playing with your piano and stuff, I really don't know any of that
All right,
stuff.
we'll figure out something for you here. But in the meantime,
Yeah.
let's ask you a few questions. Where are you from?
I am from Arley.
Arley, Montana?
Yep.
You have any brothers and sisters?
I have two sisters.
Okay, good. And how long have you been living in Missoula?
I've been in Missoula since I graduated in 94.
Okay.
So I've been in Missoula since 96, 97, somewhere in that nature.
All right. Now, we had your roommate Jim here about a year ago.
Yeah.
He was on our 4th of July show in 2015, and it showed up on Facebook. You know how when you do something, and then a year goes by, Facebook makes the announcement. So Facebook made the announcement. So yeah, it was Brian's roommate Jim Gibson. So now you're on the cafe
Yep.
today, and this is how it works. This is Asaph Cafe. It's just an impromptu show where you just talk to me like we're at home. And you're connected with the Opportunity Center. Did I say that right?
Yeah, I'm with Opportunity Resource.
You want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure, their Opportunity Resource is a place for people with disabilities,
Okay.
and I work with Opportunity.
Okay.
I'm on a cleaning crew,
Okay.
and I work 3 nights a week, and we clean buildings out at the airport buildings.
Excellent. And you've been living at the Wildflower for how many years now?
Jim and I are going on anywhere between about almost 19 years, somewhere in that nature.
Good. That's cool. And you like being connected with the Opportunity Organization?
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. That's good. And I assume you like it in Missoula too, right?
Oh yeah.
Good. So you can look at that TV audience and wave.
I didn't look it over there, but okay.
Yeah, disregard that screen.
I
Just
know, okay.
and even if you don't even have to physically look at it, you can just look at that camera right there as you're, because that's who's going to be looking at you.
Okay.
But you're all, I hope you're all relaxed. I want
yeah.
to make this as comfortable for you as possible. And we're gonna have some fun here. And anything about yourself you want to tell the TV audience? Like your hobbies, things you like to do.
I like to go to all the Grizz football games. I'm a big football fan.
Excellent. And you have a favorite football team?
The Broncos.
All right. Emmett, it's your favorite football team. You have a favorite football
I
team?
really don't. I wasn't a football phase when I was very little, when I was 10 or 11. I was almost self-betting on the other teams just to see who would win. But I kind of grew out of I don't know, I'm not really a big sports fan. Never really.
What about you, Teresa? You into sports too?
No, but I did get to see the Seahawks and the Raiders play at the Kingdom when they still had it.
Okay. Now,
In Seattle.
is that your favorite football team?
The Broncos?
Yeah.
Oh yes, I like the Broncos, and I got other teams, but the Broncos are my number one team.
Well, what are some of your other teams you like?
Let's see, the 49ers, the New York Giants.
Okay.
Let's see what else. Let's see, I'm thinking of some of them. The Philadelphia Eagles, and all those. There's so many teams. Yeah, that'd be about.
But you said the Broncos are your favorite team.
Yeah.
Is that the team with John Elway?
Yep.
Okay, is he still playing for that team, or he finally
Oh
retired?
no, he retired. He's actually one of the managers of the Broncos.
That's interesting.
And I also like basketball, NBA basketball.
Okay, I did a story on that news program yesterday on Shaquille O'Neal. You familiar with him?
Yep.
Do you have a favorite basketball player?
I like Michael Jordan.
There you go. That's my man right there. Michael Jordan. Well, actually, I did a story on Shaquille O'Neal yesterday, and he's got some pretty impressive records. Shaquille. He stands at 7'1".
Yeah.
And he's played for 6 teams over a 19-year period. I don't know if you were familiar with that or not.
Oh yeah, he used to play.
He played with the Lakers. He played for the Cavaliers.
For the Orlando Magic.
Yeah, and he's just done some tremendous things. Shaquille O'Neal. They call him Shaq.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm up on my basketball too. So when I was growing up in high school, I tried playing basketball. I knew that wasn't for me as far as a full-time sport or anything, but I enjoyed it. I even played on a team for like a couple of times when I was in high school, but that was about as far as my basketball career went, because I was so into music at that time anyway.
I gave my grandson a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar book that he signed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kareem was interesting. He had that famous sky hook. You know, think about it. He was about 7'2", 7'3", something like that. So if he reaches over like this and you're already 7 feet tall and he does this to make a shot, you're not gonna block that. You might as well just let the team have the points. That's how I look at it.
Who's that little guy that little basketball player that's really, really good? I don't know what team or anything, but he's like short for a basketball player, and he's like one of the best.
There's so many basketball players. It'd be hard to, without you saying what name. I have no idea.
You say he's a short guy?
Yeah, short for basketball players.
Do you know what team? Do you know what team he plays for?
Okay, well, if I can figure it out, I'll try to answer that. But getting back to sports, so that must be your favorite pastime is sports then.
Oh yeah, because I like football and basketball, and that's
Did you ever play any of those games yourself growing up?
No, I did not.
Did you get to go to some of the games, like say see professional team when you were growing up?
I when the Seattle Seahawks were out in their old stadium in Seattle.
So you were there in real life then?
Yep.
Cool. That's cool. And he's got this big, huge flat screen TV at home. His flat screen TV is probably bigger than this couch.
Really?
I've been to his house. He just sits at home chilling and just watches the sports.
or listening to music.
Yeah, we were talking about music.
Yeah.
You have that music channel, don't you, that plays all that country music?
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of country music, you have a favorite country singer?
I have a lot of country singers. I like Alan Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Alan
we were
Jackson,
just talking
yes.
about Alan Jackson in the other
Yes.
show there.
Yep.
I like Alabama.
I love Alabama.
Yeah, we talked about
Wow.
them too.
I like George Jones.
Oh yeah, that's the guy that did the White Lightning song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And
White
then-
Lightning. It went something like this. If I see if I can figure out. So. Something like
They
that.
played that on Hee Haw, I think. White Lightning.
Probably.
If you ever remember Hee Haw.
Yeah.
I do.
I love Hee Haw.
Yeah, did
I
you ever
love
watch
Hee
Hee
Haw.
Haw?
Yep,
I know
I
it
used-
goes before your time, but
Yeah.
we were just talking about Hee Haw.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched that show?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I grew up on Hee Haw. I loved Hee Haw.
And that doggy, Hee Haw!
Yeah, I just loved that.
My mom and my dad used to like. My mom and my dad and my grandparents used to like to watch Hee Haw, so I used to watch.
Exactly.
A lot.
All
when I
well,
was-
we can
when I
talk
was
about
little.
Hee Haw. Yeah, they had. We were just talking about the country singers of the past, like Roy Clark, Buck Owens,
Grandpa Jones.
Grandpa
yeah.
Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Merle
were just fun to
Haggard.
watch. Merle Haggard, yeah, very young. I'm doing life in prison
Yeah.
at 21. Mama tried.
Mama
I'm no
tried,
singer,
Mama
but
tried.
I'm no singer, but what a song, you know?
Yeah.
What a song. Can you imagine that? Being 21, serving life. You had a parent that tried to raise you right. You just straighten up and fly right, like that song,
Yep.
Nat King Cole, straighten up and fly right.
Hell yeah. That was played on the Lawrence Welk show. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah,
We just lost Merle.
yeah.
Oh,
He
wow.
just
Yeah.
left an interesting legacy for
Yeah,
the
he
world
did.
with those songs. And we were talking about the lyrics of those songs too, you know,
Mhm.
and different types of music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's very comfortable if you ever got to visit his home and see that flat screen TV. I mean, this man he gets to look at all the country stuff, see it in everything.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just,
Yeah.
just fun. It's like that screen. It's something like that screen there that he
Mhm.
has. You know, just beautiful stuff.
Watch
And-
good movie channels.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right. You have a favorite movie by chance?
I have so many. My favorite movie is like Clint Eastwood and.
Oh, okay. Let's see if you know this song. Huh?
Do you like Kiss FM or the radio country here in Missoula? You know, you turn on the radio, it's
I
country
like-
24/7.
I like my favorite station is 94.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite station.
Which one?
Country 94 is the
Well, I don't know if the television audience
Yeah.
know that, but is that the country station that you're
yeah
talking about?
it's
Yeah.
on the radio.
Yep, yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, you know, that's good to know. I'm sure the audience is glad to know that too. about
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Do you like easy listening? Have you ever heard of like Gordon Lightfoot or Neil Diamond? Do you or recognize any of those? I love them.
That
myself.
might go before his time. I don't think he would know those artists necessarily.
No, because I was born in 74.
Yeah,
July
you know,
Oh.
and, yeah, you were born in '74.
Yeah,
Gosh,
July 30th, 74.
I was in high school
Mm-hmm.
in 1974. I was a freshman in high school in 1974.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I had a baby in 74.
Yeah, now we're gonna make you feel like we're aging ourselves, you know.
Yeah.
You're around a bunch of old folks at the moment. I'm pushing 60 myself.
Hey.
so-
I'm 48 and a half, so.
I'll be-
Well,
Yeah.
it's my sister's birthday today.
Oh, let's bring
And-
your birthday.
Ringo Starr.
Let's do that for them. I'm sorry.
It's been- Fascinating.
That'll be for her.
All right,
That's
now
so
now I
nice.
want to sing to Ringo, okay?
Sure, go right ahead. You want to do it again?
No, I got my own version.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
You say it's your birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday to ya. You say it's your birthday. We're gonna have a good time.
The Beatles. Wasn't that the Beatles? It's your birthday. Yep, yep.
Would you like to dance?
That's for Ringo Starr,
birthday?
huh?
Take a chance.
Cool. Cool.
I've heard that on toddler tunes. If you a cable, 926, they do toddler versions of the Beatles all the time. Yes.
Excellent. So we don't want to make you feel left
Oh,
out because
that's
you're hanging
okay.
around a bunch of seniors here.
Oh, that's okay.
I can't believe I'm getting near 60. Ooh, what a scary thought.
Mm-hmm.
I look at my life, I'm like, where did the years go?
My birthday's coming up in just in a couple of weeks.
Well,
That's
here, let's
right.
play Happy Birthday.
Wonderful.
For you. Let's do it. This is for Brian.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brian. Happy birthday to
There you go.
Thank you.
So that's on behalf of myself, Teresa, and Emmett. We'll wish you early birthday. Your
Yep.
birthday's coming up, right?
Yep, on July 30th.
Oh, that's a few weeks from now. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now you can say that some old folks played Happy Birthday for you on TV.
you. 60's the new 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good way of looking at it. I would be like Lucille Ball. How old are you? 39. It's like, way older than
Oh,
that.
you know what I'm gonna do?
What's that?
Okay, I'm gonna say like I'm 70 or something, so that people go, "Oh, you look really good for your age."
Yeah. I just love your hair. I just think
Thank
your
you.
hair is just... I'm glad I got that video picture of you there.
Thanks.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish you could spike your hair like you used to.
Yeah, I can hardly spike it anymore. I retired from the punk rock community, but yeah.
Just think, we got Brian sitting behind a punk rocker, a lady with blue
Yep.
hair,
Yep.
and an old guy almost 60.
Yep.
Yeah, our neighbors were on here last week on the 4th of July. We had Cheryl and her granddaughter Cheyenne was on the program, and BJ was her birthday. So
Oh,
you get to be on the week after.
I forgot your birthday is October 26th.
Yeah, October 26th is my birthday.
See,
Yeah.
I remember.
Same month as my sister.
Well, maybe you can help me celebrate my birthday coming up here this
Yeah.
year. We'll see.
My sister's in October too.
What day in October?
She's October the 2nd.
Oh, okay, cool. Just another day to me that
Yep.
I happen to burst on the scene.
Yeah.
Hey, Asaph's here!
Another day in paradise.
Yeah, that's it.
It
That's
is.
it.
I said it is.
That's just another
And
day.
you know, if you weren't getting older,
Mhm.
you know what the
You know
bad
what I
part
wish?
is?
I
you,
wish I
you
could.
Would, you would be dead. If you're not getting older, you're dead,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That's Em and I were just talking about something similar. Being thankful for living in this country, the freedoms we have in this country.
Yep.
Think about it. We can go to church. We were talking about that. You can go to church. You can read the Bible, whatever you want to do. You don't have to worry about someone breaking into your home because you want to pray and things like that. We have a lot of freedoms in this country, and I'm very thankful for that. So, anyway. Let's see. What else can I ask you? Can you think of a question you want to ask Brian?
Where'd you go to school?
I went to school up in Arley.
Oh, okay. That's right. Yeah, that would make sense because that's where you're from.
Yep.
Yeah, I was actually when I was born. I was born in Red Lodge,
Oh,
and then
I've been to Red Lodge, that little tiny town. It's,
over by Billings.
Yeah.
Yep, I was over there. And then my mom and my dad moved up to Arley, and that's where I lived ever since I was little. Up in Arley.
Yeah, they were no, this is like 20 years ago. They were considering hiring me to play in Red Lodge at one time. This was like 20 years ago, something like that. But the proper doors at that time didn't seem to open. But I remember going through Red Lodge, and that was a beautiful, tiny little city. It's probably expanded now. We're talking 20 years ago. Because I've been in Montana about a little over 20 years now.
Yep.
And I did a lot of piano playing in Billings when I first moved here. Played at the Billings Hotel and art galleries, and almost got to play up in Red Lodge there. So
Yep.
maybe you'll see me on TV one day again and say, hey, that's that guy we almost got to play here at one time, So it was fun. I just thought of something here. You all right, Emmett?
I'm just sleepy. It's the allergy medication's kicking in.
Yeah, well, this show is breezing by fast. We've
Yeah.
already gone through 20 minutes. See, it just goes by very fast.
Yeah.
You
Thing
know,
is, I have terrible
so-
allergies, as I've already said. It's just I was sneezing again, so I had to take something. I was really coughing, sneezing yesterday. So I don't know if you've noticed, but the allergy count is so bad this year, especially with the pollen. I mean, I love flowers, but the pollen, and especially on wet, rainy days, I just have allergy attacks anymore. It's just just kind of bizarre. I just cough and sneeze, and You can't
I
even
know,
really
it's
do
not
anything.
fun, is it,
No,
when
you
it
can't do
happens?
anything with an allergy attack where you're wheezing and coughing and blowing your nose. You can't even do anything like it's hard even to take allergy medications because you're too busy coughing. So once you have a spell and you're not coughing so much anymore, then you take it. But you, and then oh man, you know.
All right, I'm gonna play something. Brian, tell me if you've ever heard this song. You recognize it?
Honestly, no.
Oh, did you want any of the secret ingredient or not?
Yeah, I'll take some of that. That was the theme to Law and Order.
Oh.
I don't know if you ever watched that show or not.
Yeah, I've watched. I watched that show when I was growing up.
Yeah, that show is 20 years old. Law and
boy.
Order.
Amazing.
Thanks. Yeah, it is. In fact, I think all those Law and Order shows are 20 years old.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to see if I can think of a song that Brian would know. I'll think of something.
but with pianos,
Don't worry about that. We're
I
not
know,
talking
but-
about the piano. We're just talking about the song
I know one
itself.
thing.
Yeah.
When
The tune, you know.
When the tune, when it comes with pianos, I don't know nothing.
Teresa's going to be doing some karaoke later on tonight.
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna sing "It Don't Come Easy" by
You want to
Ringo.
sing some of it now?
I'm trying
I hate to
think
put you
how it
on the
starts.
spot. I mean, I'm not going to play. I'll just listen to you sing. They give you a chance to belt out a. You don't have to sing the whole thing. Just a piece of it, or any song you want to do.
Okay, any song I want to do?
Yeah, just any song you want to do. Just a piece of it.
Must be getting early, clocks are running late. Paint by number, morning sky looks
Gotta
so
stretch.
phony.
All right, that's fine,
Stars
Emmett.
breaking everywhere. Light a candle, curse the glare.
Well, you know, I may just come see. I'd like to see you tonight. I could always maybe cancel that show tomorrow and stay over to see you singing.
Yeah, because my roommate's gone. You could sleep in his room.
All right, I'll get us some thought. I'll have to contact Scott and see his thoughts. But anyway, getting back to that Wake Up Missoula, I did Shaquille O'Neal just yesterday, and then Monday I did a story on Lassie,
Yep, I remember.
the dog. I used to have a collie when I was a kid, just like Lassie.
Oh,
Mm.
me
I did.
too.
I had a collie.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was 4th of July, and I thought Lassie would be the perfect person to do a story on.
Huh.
I think Lassie is kind of
Yeah.
ties in with the
Uh-huh.
4th of July in a way.
Didn't,
Lassie!
didn't they do a Lassie television series or
Yeah, they
not?
did.
Oh yeah, I
Well,
never
see,
saw
Lassie
it.
was based on a novel.
Yeah.
The novel was called Lassie Come Home, which was written in 1940. And in 1942, MGM did the Lassie Come Home movie version of that. That's what started the series, and the rest is history. June Lockhart was the mom on that series. You know, the lady on Lost in Space?
Oh, I didn't know she was on Lost in Space too.
June Lockhart? Well,
Yeah.
no, she was on
Oh.
Lassie first, when she
Okay.
was much younger.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if you ever watched Lost in Space or not.
No, I didn't.
Well, that goes way before your time. But, but yeah, June Lockhart was on Lost in Space. So, and I used to watch that show growing up too. I watched both of them. Okay, let's see. So we've got you covered with sports, and you watch any science fiction? You have any science fiction movies?
No, I like to watch the History Channel.
Well, let's talk about.
I like the History Channel, too,
You watch the
actually.
documentaries on there? Or?
I like watching like Pawn Stars.
Oh, is that one with that big guy that owns that pawn shop? That you talking about that show?
Yeah, it's about where the old grandpa owns the shop, and then he has his sons. They sell things.
Oh, I think I've seen that show. What's the name of that show? Do you know the name of that show?
Pawn Star.
Oh, Pawn. Okay, I see. Yeah, that's in the reality show category, isn't it? Isn't that? Is that they call that a reality show?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's nothing wrong with it. I was just wondering if that was in that category there. So anyway,
And I like to watch like American Pickers.
okay, I don't know that show.
That's where they go out and sell things
Oh,
and look at like if someone's having if some people, a lady works in the office and she has these two guys that can go out and look at if people are having yard sales or they're trying to sell a bunch of their stuff. They go out and look and see if they might be interested in
Oh, okay.
look at buying stuff.
Cool. Well, I'm really glad you're on the show today. I hope you're feeling relaxed.
Oh, yeah.
We're just trying to make it as comfortable as possible,
Yeah.
and half hour's almost gone by.
Yeah.
You know, once you start taping the show, it goes by really quick.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be surprised
Yeah.
how fast time goes.
Like they
you
say,
know?
time goes by when you're having fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and when we sign down, I'll make you a copy of this show, and then when I leave, you can just go home with me.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, since we live next door.
Yeah.
Gee whiz.
You know,
It lives
I miss-
immediately next
yeah.
door to me.
I missed the second History Channel hit. They had History Channel 2 on 170,
Uh-huh.
but they changed it to some other channel for millennials, and they don't even have the stuff reserved onto the regular History Channel on Channel 25. And I really, the 170 had a lot more documentaries and a lot more historical things, and even from the Middle Ages, and I miss that a lot. I really was bummed when they didn't have the other History Channel, you know. And now they just have the one, you know.
This is called Painted Black.
Oh, I think it's Men in Black.
I missed a note in there somewhere.
Why
Good
can't
jacket,
they have an
Rolling Stone.
appliance channel about washing machines and dryers and appliances? Why can't they have one of those? I watch that all the time.
Okay, and we're on the washing machine channel.
I'd watch it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, last time I remember asking you something about the Maytag repairman.
Oh, yes. Yep.
This goes way before your time. There was an actor that he used to wear this blue outfit with his hat. He was selling washing machines.
Fascinating.
You know, called the Maytag. So, well, it's before your time.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was just a commercial. I just love that hair.
Mm-hmm.
I love that hair. Does her hair look nice?
Yep.
Yeah, it does. Looks really nice. Are you going to be wearing that outfit you have on when you're singing tonight? Or do you
You'll
not?
see.
Oh, okay. All right. So will I be able to take my little smartphone and capture you in
Yeah,
action?
yeah.
All right. Well, if I can get home tonight, I'll come see you sing tonight.
Okay.
What time are you going to be singing tonight?
Well, they start singing it.
Well, first of all, why
Not-
don't you tell the television audience where you're going to be singing at?
I'm going to be singing. I will be performing at Westside Lanes
Okay.
on Catlin and Wyoming
And that's tonight, right?
tonight.
Okay. And you have a list of songs. Do you know how many songs you're going to be doing? Or do you know?
No, it just depends
impromptu,
on
huh?
it depends on how many people are there.
Now, do they have competitions there, or is it just anybody just goes up and sings, or?
Anybody?
Oh, okay. Well, I won't be singing, but I would like to see you, and I haven't had a chance to see you sing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I assume they have taped music in the background, or do they have a band there?
It's he's got a rocking system, and he's got a computer.
Oh, computer.
And
So it's
it's-
music without the words, right? Is that it? Is that how
The
that's
words,
done?
yeah.
And-
The music comes in,
Okay.
and then the words are on a screen,
Okay.
and there's like 3 microphones, and when you go up there and you pick the microphone, he turns that microphone on.
Okay.
And then when I screw up,
Mm-hmm.
he'll sing with me so I can get back on.
All right. I tell you
track.
what. I will make it a point to come see you sing tonight.
Okay.
I will do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna go home after I take Brian home. I'll come and change. And you want to pick me up at my house, or should I meet you somewhere? How do we want to work this out? Well, we can talk about that
Yeah,
later.
we'll talk
We'll
about
figure
it.
out how
Yeah,
to do
yeah.
that. But yeah, I've not heard you sing, so this will be an
Yeah,
interesting
Hey, you
experience.
did? I just
You
sing.
know what I mean? Really sing with music in the background where there's no room for error. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah, it's fun to sing in karaoke.
Yeah.
Oh, have you been to Westside?
Oh heck yeah, me and my roommates and some friends of ours. Well, sometimes we go out and go to the bar and go listen to karaoke.
Why don't you guys go?
Oh, I'd just rather rest at home, you know. I'd just kind of rather rest.
Well, see,
you
the
know.
thing is, if Brian went with me and Jim
Yeah.
went, we had to figure out how we're going to get them home.
Oh,
Yeah.
See, there's no bus that runs that time of night.
Yeah, and I just kind of rather rest anyway, so.
Well, that's fine.
And the
I'll
bus-
try to.
And the buses, they're done at 9:30, and the karaoke starts
Yeah, at night,
around,
so there'd be no
around 9
way,
or
you know.
9:30.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I'll leave the invitation open for you. If we can make this work and you'd like to go, then you're welcome to come along.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that. But I will make it a point to come see you. I want to lend my support. I want to catch you while you have your hair. And I would have lent my support too. I mean, you've come to see me play. Remember when we were at the mall last year?
Oh, that was
I
wonderful.
went
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah, so this will be my chance. I will come see you sing tonight. I'm just gonna change and get more comfortable clothing. Other than that, I'll come see you.
All right.
Yeah, I will make it a point. You going at 9 o'clock tonight, right?
It's 9 o'clock bar time,
Yeah.
which is 15
Is there a cover
minutes
charge
fast.
to?
Oh no.
It's
Nope.
free.
And you don't have to buy a drink or anything.
You don't?
Get a pitcher of water.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I
And
will.
then-
I will come see you sing tonight because you came to see me at the mall last year. So I'd like to lend my support.
And they do go until about 2 o'clock in the morning.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I don't know how long you're gonna stay there, but I'm just gonna give my
I
support.
will not stay there that long.
Okay. Yeah, it probably gets wild that time,
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess.
After 11, it's wild.
Here's a song. You ever heard this song, Brian? It's called the Meow Song. It's a cat. It
Oh,
goes,
yeah.
Okay.
Meow, 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 meow.
Wasn't that a commercial?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
Meow, meow,
For
meow,
cat
meow.
food.
Yeah. You never heard this
Meow,
song?
meow, 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 meow. And the cat was singing
It was
it.
a
Yeah.
cat going meow, meow, meow,
Well, yeah,
meow,
I
meow,
heard
meow,
it from
meow,
the.
yeah.
I heard it from on the commercial, but with,
Yeah, that's the song.
Okay.
It's this little cat, you know.
Spinning dryer, spinning dryer, spin inside the spinning dryer.
Let me try to finish that. Let me just okay. Go ahead. You can
Spinning
okay.
dryer,
Okay, ready?
spinning-
Ready?
Spinning dryer, spinning dryer, spin inside the spinning dryer, spinning dryer, spinning dryer. It's a fascinating theorem, just like algebra books. Spinning dryers. What do you think
Meow
of
Cat
that?
song.
I read it.
Never mind.
I always sing about washers and dryers and vacuum
Yeah, he does. He
cleaners.
sings
Isn't
about
that
washers and
fascinating?
dryers, Yeah.
Isn't that fascinating?
Yeah.
It is.
He's got the confused look, you
Yep.
know. Oh goodness.
Do you talk to appliances? I always talk to like washers and dryers and say, "Hi washer, hi
Hi,
dryer."
washer, hi, dryer. Yeah.
Because I was at your house and I was talking to the dishwasher. Your dishwasher is fascinating. How's your dishwasher doing?
Now you
by
got
the way?
something to look forward to when you get old. You'll be talking about washers and dryers.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Do you have a laundromat at your place, George?
Yeah, and it's very expensive too.
Oh, that's awful. That's awful.
It's like $2 a load,
oh,
you know.
man,
That's why
awful.
I've been hand washing my stuff. It's gross.
Yeah, but
you know.
$1.75 to
Yeah, it's like yeah.
$1.75 to wash and
Yeah.
$1.50 to dry.
Yeah, you gotta have like a lot of coins, and
I
then you
know.
know I'm not talking about our complex necessarily, but you ever been to some of these washing places?
Oh yes,
You put like $1.50 in there,
I
and
know.
then you know
I know.
on the dryer. You check your clothes; they're still wet.
I
You
know.
gotta put like a couple more bucks in it.
Yeah.
Ugh. No wonder people don't have no money.
I know. I know.
So I,
But I always talk
I've
to
been hand
washers and
washing my
dryers.
stuff. Like I'll in the sink,
Yeah.
I'll just hand wash or go in the tub or something.
Yeah.
Only problem is, you know, when you dry it, it takes like 20 hours. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
Yep.
you want to wear your shirt out and it's still wet, so you gotta wait like a whole day more.
Yeah.
But,
I always go, "Hi washer, hi dryer, how are you?" What's that? Oh, I know. Guess what? I was watching my favorite episode of Star Trek, the Doomsday Machine or something. They have a Star Trek marathon. And it's sci-fi and incredible. What's that? Oh, I know. What will I watch it? But I always do that when I go downstairs to do laundry.
I'm gonna have a hard time playing here.
Isn't that fascinating, Brian?
Yeah.
Do you like, Brian, talking to an inanimate object like washers and dryers?
No.
Well, you're missing out on a lot. You know, and they do get lonely if you don't talk to them.
Yeah, Twilight Zone. How does that Twilight Zone go? Let's see if I can figure out.
And of course, they had the Twilight Zone episode
Something
marathon.
like this. It's something like this.
Yes.
I don't know how to play that song. But
Yeah, they
anyway.
had the Twilight Zone episode marathon on the 4th of July, you know, just a few days ago, and I was enjoying that.
I saw recently a Twilight Zone episode. You probably know this one,
Yeah?
where I guess I caught in on
Oh,
the
I figured
last
it out.
part,
Go, keep talking.
where the guy lands on another planet and there's a lady and his name is Adam.
Something like that.
They start to talk. She
Oh,
of
yeah.
course speaks a different language. Her name is Eve.
I
Adam
remember
and
that,
Eve.
yeah.
Remember that?
Well, you know, I didn't always watch the Twilight Zone, but there was one episode that caught my attention. There was this elderly couple. I mean, they were like 90, you know, really old. And the old man wanted some money because they were doing an experiment to make him young. And he went into this, they were playing like this card game with this card shark. So the card shark decides to do a nice thing for the old man and let him win, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the old man wins all this money. He's like really old. He was no threat to nobody. He goes to the laboratory, right? They had a new body waiting for him, so they put him inside this new body. And his wife was looking at him. He's all young and stuff. He's like, "Look at me, honey, I can do this." He's like doing flips and just all muscular and everything. And then the wife goes, "Ah!" And she decided she didn't want to be young again.
Yeah, interesting.
So the old man sacrificed being young to be with his wife.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cute, but
Yeah, I think my favorite Twilight Zone episode of all time that I love them. It's I don't know if you ever heard about it. Or it's a tearjerker. I just cry at the end because it's so beautiful, and it's one of the humanitarian tearjerkers. It's about this. I don't know if I want to give the plot away. Should I give the whole plot away or not, or what should I do?
yeah, everybody has seen the Twilight Zone, you know.
Well, anyway, it was about this this guy, and he was lonely, and he was playing Santa Claus, for the kid. But he was so upset because the kids had nothing to eat. They just wanted their parents to have another job, and he was just miserable, and he was always drunk because he was so miserable and wanted to give things, and he was finally fired, and that kind of thing. It was just absolutely miserable and wanted to do something for humanity. Guess what? He found this bag, like a Santa Claus bag somewhere, and it kept giving out gifts. It kept giving, and he was so happy. He finally was so happy because he could help people. And he was really happy and finally giving out all the gifts and everything, just what people wanted. Would you like a new smoking jacket? You've got a new smoking jacket. New pipe? I think I got this new pipe, and he's still dressed as Santa Claus. Oh, I really am just... Then, guess what? A sled came with a little elf. With an elf, saying, we've got a lot of work to do, Santa Claus, up at the North Pole to get ready. We've got a lot of work. He became Santa Claus, and he said, all right, we got to prepare. And they rode off, with the reindeer, and rode off to the North Pole to be Santa Claus. And he was so happy. Oh, I just loved that episode. It just brought tears to my eyes. It still kind of does bring tears to my eyes because he was. I mean, I can't explain it in 30 minutes, but it just brings tears to your eyes. It's so lovely. I think it was called "The Meek Shall Inherit the Earth," or "The Meek Shall Inherit something or another," or "Blessed Are the Meek," or something. It was just a sweet episode.
Now you've obviously never watched the Twilight Zone, so you probably wouldn't know that show
I've seen some of them, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, well that's probably not your thing, but
Yeah,
you
no,
had to be there.
not really.
So I still want to see if I can figure out a song that Brian would know before we close. So you guys get your thinking cap out if you think of something there, I'll think of something.
Let's see.
What shows do you like to watch?
Well, let's see. I like to watch The Facts of Life,
Oh, let's see if I can.
The Golden Girls, Bill Crosby.
The Cosby Show you're talking about?
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, it's Facts of Life. Gosh, I haven't seen that show in years.
Yeah.
They still show that?
Yeah, we get that on one of our channels, and that's stuff
Okay.
I've seen it on TV, and I especially like Tootie.
Yeah, well, she's all grown up. She's hot now. Have you seen her? I know she's all grown up now. Kim Fields is her name.
Because Tootie and that's because that's name easy because that's my aunt. I have an aunt named Ruth Ann, but we call her Tootie.
Oh, cool. So no wonder you like The Facts of Life. I used to watch that show, actually, The Facts of Life.
And then another one I used to like to watch was Family Ties. Family Ties with Michael J. Fox.
I remember that show a
that's
lot.
good.
That was a fun show.
Did you like Alf? I know you don't like science fiction.
Well, I don't know if you would know Alf. That's
Yep.
probably.
Oh, yeah.
Are you
I
familiar with
love
Alf?
Alf.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay.
That was one of Jim's. Jim really likes Elf.
Oh, okay, cool.
No,
you guys
I-
have an episode at home too, don't you?
Yeah, we do.
I've got a lot of episodes at home. They're so funny.
Yeah, that Alf
laughing.
show was really, really, really funny.
Oh, about died laughing.
What was that show about those dinosaurs?
Is that Land of the Lost?
No. They were not. Like. I'm sorry. I can't. Never mind.
Well, if you think of it, let me know. So now I got an idea. So you like The Facts of Life, the comedy.
Yeah. The Golden Girls.
Oh, that's a good one. B. Arthur, right? And, Betty White,
Yep.
Golden Girls.
And
See if I figure out. Something like that.
I'm kind of not a big sitcom guy except for like Alf or something. I liked Alf a lot, you know.
Yeah,
and of
that-
course
that was-
Gilligan's Island I loved, you know.
Oh, speaking of Gilligan's Island, I finally saw that episode. You probably won't know this show, Gilligan's Island.
I've heard of it. I've seen it.
Well, it was
Watch it.
basically about a group of people that took a 3-hour cruise or
really?
tour on a ship
Yeah.
with the skipper and Gilligan. And the weather started getting rough. The tiny ship was lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
It went for the fearless crew. The minnow would be lost. Ta-da!
That little bit.
Yeah, and so they end up on this island. And you know what was funny about that show? The boat was like thrashed. It had
Yeah.
like big holes in it. And it had this professor on there. He could like take a coconut and make
I
a
know.
radio.
Okay.
But he couldn't fix a boat to get him home. It was always funny that.
Yeah.
But anyway, oh, I was going somewhere with that thought. Gilligan's Island. Somebody gave me a VHS just yesterday of Gilligan's Island.
Oh, wonderful.
And I took it home and I popped the tape in and I saw the episode with Wrong Way Feldman.
Yes, I remember that, yeah. That was funny as heck.
That was a really funny episode. He was like this pilot, right? Like this World War II pilot. And he just wanted to go hide. So he's like on the island, just hiding. And it was just funny because he thought he was washed up, couldn't fly or anything anymore. They had this broken plane on the island. Professor fixes it. And he tries to teach Gilligan how to fly this plane. And that's like teaching a 5-year-old how to, you know, do construction. It was just so funny. And finally, Wrong Way Feldman gets his courage. He gets on that plane and he goes back to Honolulu. But everybody thought he was so insane anyway. He couldn't tell where he was at. He just like, there were some people on an island that just helped me fix the plane and I got home.
Yeah.
That's all. You know, he just
Just,
couldn't
some
give
of those were so
coordinates.
hilarious, you know, yeah.
The point is with that show, they could never get off that island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they did get off 15 years later, for real. In real life, they finally got off the island.
In real life.
Well, it was like a Gilligan's Island reunion.
I saw that one. I saw that movie.
And I thought
yeah.
it was good.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good.
Very interesting, yeah.
So, let's see. This won't make any sense to you, probably mean anything. Well, I'll just tell you about
Yeah.
it. They were stuck on that island for 15 years, according to the show. Now, the show wasn't on for 15 years, so when
Right.
they had the reunion, it was supposed to be 15 years later.
Oh, okay.
They finally get off the island, right? And things had changed because they'd been gone from civilization so long. So it got to the point where they decided they didn't like civilization, so they
Yeah.
went back to the island.
Yep.
Okay.
I remember that. I remember that
was
one.
basically what it was about, the whole movie. The reunion, they said, oh, we're getting out of here. This
Yeah.
place has changed too much.
How did they finally get off the island?
If
Oh.
I remember, do you remember?
No, you can tell it.
I think they were found by some army guys or some army guys patrolling the place, and they just kind of wandered into the Gilligan's Island camps. Like,
Yeah.
we're from the Air Force or we're from the Army.
Mhm.
Who are you guys? Oh, okay. Well, we'll take you home now. We're
Yeah,
sending you
and
out.
they took
Yeah.
them home, you know,
Yeah.
and everything had changed. Ginger, you know how she was so sexy? She was like the movie star you
Yeah.
know, on the show. But she was considered outdated
Yeah.
because she was always proper and glamorous,
Yeah.
and they were getting a little sleazy, so...
Yeah, I remember that.
and she didn't want to go there, so... But you just have to watch it.
Yeah, I saw that
It goes
years
before your
ago.
time. I know that means nothing to you, but anyway, let's get back to the Facts of Life. Is that your favorite of the comedy shows? The Facts of Life? Do you have a favorite comedy show that you watch?
I like the Golden Girls.
That's a good one.
The Facts of Life, wasn't that the one with Urkel, or is that something else?
Oh, no,
No,
that's-
that was Family Matters.
That was Family Matters.
You
Oh,
like
yeah.
that show?
Oh, I like that. Oh yeah, my mom
Yeah.
and my dad. My mom and my dad always used to pick on me and say that I look like that. I look
Look
like.
like Urkel, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been called Urkel a few times in my life too, so you and I are in pretty good company.
yeah.
I never could get into that show either, yeah.
Well, you know what was funny about that show? Did you ever see the beginning episodes? You know when they were first starting that show?
Yeah.
And they first introduced Urkel's character?
Oh,
He was
really?
he was not a regular.
Oh really?
He was a guest when he was really little, when he was like a kid. He was a guest on an episode, and he was so funny in that episode that the producers brought him back. That's how popular it was. In that first episode that he appeared on. In fact, I don't think Family Matters would have lasted as long as it did without Urkel.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean, I happened to see that episode. He must have been about maybe 9 for
Mhm.
real at that time. Just a little kid. His voice hadn't changed yet.
Speaking of,
And he was so funny. I was like, where did they get this kid from?
Mhm.
This outrageously funny. And so they brought him back. They
Mhm.
brought him back.
have you seen that video on YouTube about Linda Honey?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh, it's a little 3-year-old arguing with his mom about cupcakes.
No, I didn't see that
It's
one.
got like 48 million views.
Hmm.
Well, they had another one about this little girl that was going off on her mom because she didn't want to clean her room or something. She's like, I don't like cleaning my room. And they just had cameras on the little girl. She was only like 3 or something. You know, she didn't know she was being filmed. My mom makes me clean my room, and I don't like eating carrots or whatever. She was just going off.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and they posted that thing, got like 1 million views. This little girl going off. And they wound up on national television. The little girl. I think she's on that show with Steve Harvey with the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cute little show.
Yeah,
They're just little
that
kids.
kid ended up, he got to go on Ellen.
Huh.
That was when he was 3. He's 5 now, and there's 48 million
Mhm.
views. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, there's an old saying: if you're a performer, you never go on after children.
Oh, really?
Never. Don't ever go on after a child. You're gonna lose every time, even if the kid can't sing, because
Mhm.
people are taking out. Oh, that cute little
Yeah,
girl.
yeah.
She looked like Pippi Longstocking.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't know who that is.
Yep, I used to.
Oh, you know
my
Pippi
sisters
Longstocking?
used to like that show.
Yeah, she had these like blonde hair braids that stuck out like a habit, like you know Sally Field and the Flying Nun. Their little pigtails that stuck out, and she was strong as a bull, tomboy.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
it was Pippi Longstocking. Well, anyway,
Yeah.
but I was going somewhere with that. You never go on after kids.
Mhm.
That's just kids and animals.
Yeah, yeah.
Never go on after that. You know, if you see a child, just like I quit. You know.
Mhm.
Because people are gonna remember those kids. They're gonna
Yeah.
remember the pigtails. They're gonna see that cute little dog flipping backwards.
Mhm.
I think that's why Stupid Pet Tricks was so popular on Letterman.
Oh, that was so good.
You ever watch David Letterman when he had his Stupid Pet Tricks?
I didn't really care for David Letterman.
Nor did
Well,
I,
no,
actually.
but I mean just the pets. I'm not talking about the
No,
show
no.
necessarily. Just the,
No, I
the,
didn't.
the segment. They called it Stupid Pet Tricks, and these
Oh yeah, I think.
these pets would be doing just the craziest things. You know, dogs meowing, and it was crazy. Well, anyway.
Anyway, yeah.
But getting back to Family Matters, yeah, that was a funny show.
And then another one I used to like to watch is Home Improvement with Tim Allen.
Oh, that was a good one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now I got the idea of what kind of shows you like. So
Home Improvement. Wasn't
that was
it
the
about-
show with the actor Tim Allen. He went on to play Santa Claus in the movies, the Santa movies.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Oh.
the Tool Man, Tim Taylor, the
Yeah,
Tool
Tim
Man.
Taylor.
Tim the
Never
Tool Man.
watched it. I think I read about it in TV Guide Home Improvement. Wasn't he this family guy who wasn't a home improvement guy? He was like a plumber or electrician or
Yeah, he
worked
had
on
like
homes.
3 children and his
Yeah,
really hot
yeah.
wife, you know, and he just couldn't fix anything worth a
Yeah.
nickel. And I saw this one episode where he was trying to teach his boy how to do electronics, right? And he didn't have no shirt on. This was at home. He had jeans on, his little tools. And his kid was probably about 9. Son, this is how you do something like this. You put this in here, and it just went, and he got electrocuted. And he's like walking like this. And his little kid's like watching him. He's like, "Excuse me, son." And he walks out. Ah!
Okay.
Well, I know those shows. Those shows are funny, but
Tim Allen was just amusing to me. I mean, this guy couldn't fix anything.
I know.
yeah, but I don't like the way TV portrays men. There's always the
I know.
smart, beautiful wife,
Yeah.
and then this guy that can't do anything right.
Yeah, the father, they can't, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just the way they portray fathers. And I admit, you know, I didn't always watch Two a Time Show, whatever the name of that, Home Improvement,
Improvement.
but
I never watched it even once. I just read about it.
it was
in TV Guide.
amusing a few times I've looked at Tim Allen. Oh, they had this one episode that you might find amusing. You know, he had 3 sons on that show.
Yeah.
And I think it was the second boy, you know, when they were like really little. And he did this mail order bride correspondence. He was pretending he was an adult, writing this lady. And she came to the Taylor home. She was like really hot, you know. She was like this blonde, just really good looking lady, and she goes to the tailor home and finds out that she was writing this 9-year-old kid. I found that pretty amusing.
Yeah.
And then his parents had to fix that.
Interesting.
Yeah, they had to fix that problem when she comes knocking on the door. But anyway, yeah, Tim Allen. He you know, another thing that was amusing about that show to me was Mr. Wilson. You never saw his face; you always saw his eyeballs. You know, just I just thought that was brilliant writing. What was it? Wilson, right? What's his name? I think his name was Wilson. Yeah, you just always saw his. You never saw his face. You know, he's just like something like this. You know, just,
I don't remember that.
the guy, his next door neighbor. He was like really wise, smart, but you always saw.
Oh,
was
that's
his,
right. They
all
talked
you,
over
yeah,
the fence.
yeah. All you saw was his
Yeah.
eyes all
Oh, yeah,
the time.
yeah, yeah.
That was Wilson.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. But that had a happy ending though when that series ended.
Mm-hmm.
You remember his wife always wanted to go to the big city and follow her dream. They had a final episode where the kids were all out of the house. Tim packs up, takes his wife out to the big city.
Oh, cool.
That was a happy ending. So, and I just thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, I've seen some moments on that show that I thought were pretty amusing. That wouldn't necessarily be my favorite show, but I thought it was funny when I looked at it. If I had to choose between those shows of that era, I would probably pick Alf myself.
Yes,
if you know what I mean.
absolutely.
I thought that was probably the funniest.
Absolutely.
Of that time period of
Yeah.
those kind of shows that came
Yeah.
on. You may have a favorite. You have a
Oh yeah,
favorite shows?
yeah. When I was little, I also used to like to watch Little House on the Prairie.
I like that.
Oh,
That was a
also.
good
That's
show.
a good one.
That was a good one.
I got
And,
so many. I got so many shows that. And
Well, tell me a couple more shows you have, because we're almost running out of
Yeah,
time.
it does. Little House on the Prairie.
Okay, that's a good one.
I used to like to watch the Dukes. I love the Dukes of Hazzard.
I admit, I like that. What I liked about that show, I didn't particularly care for the show. You know, being an African American in the South, but I did like the stunts that they did in the General Lee
Oh, yes.
car. That was always fun. That car, it was like Speed Racer. They'd be like, flipping over stuff, flying over
Yeah.
stuff. That was kind of cool to see that. That's a guy
And
thing.
then another one I used to like to watch Chips.
Oh yeah, let's see if I can figure it.
Yeah, it was okay. I've seen Chips. It was okay, you know.
That's the thing to Chips. Finally, we got a song. All right, and that's a good way to end this. So, Brian, any final words you want to say?
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being part of the show. I'll make you a copy of this show
Okay.
as soon as we sign out. Now, when I leave, stay seated until the camera goes off, because
Okay.
last week the camera wouldn't turn off when we had the two guests.
Oh yes, I heard.
That lady spilled some water. BJ accidentally spilled some water on Cheryl.
Yep, I heard. Yep, I heard about that.
Yeah, it was all captured because I went to shut the camera and I went, stupid thing wouldn't turn off. So you got a long hair hanging out of your nose, don't pick it. It's a joke, you know. On that note, thanks for tuning in, and we had fun. No final words? Any final
Nope.
words?
We're doing good.
Well, we have Mr. Brian Erickson here. He's my neighbor, and connected with Opportunity, and that's a wonderful organization, and I'm sure they take good care of you. And
Oh yeah.
meet your needs and things like that, and Jim's needs. So thank you, Opportunity. That's the name of the organization, right?
Yeah.
Opportunity. Yeah. So they're going to eventually see this, you know. They're going to see this show.
Yeah.
Want to wave at Opportunity and say hi?
Hi.
Anyone from Opportunity you want to say hello to? Any
No.
friends? All right. Well,
Hi, Willie.
we have Brian here with us today from Opportunity, and of course he's my neighbor. We also have the lovely Teresa Toigo and affectionately our aging rocker Emmett. Any final words, Emmett?
Yes. This is based on a Neil Diamond song because I just got a record. It's a real joke with a Neil Diamond flavor.
Okay.
Here, by the way, you've got you got to check out Neil Diamond and Gordon Lightfoot sometime.
Maybe
You'll
I'll
have-
expose
it's-
him in
yeah,
the future.
It's really a treat. You're in for a treat. But have you ever heard the song "Both Sides Now"? You know, I've looked at love from both sides now. Da, 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 da. Well, it was so lyrical. He was talking about ice cream castles in the air. Like, that sounds delicious. But clouds got in the way. You know, I'm on the cloud. They rain and snow on everyone. So let's have a surreal joke.
Okay.
With that in mind, let's see, there were these two washing machines, and they went into the sky because there were ice cream castles in the air to eat. and they had spoons, and they wanted to eat some of the ice cream castles. What a delicious concept. But then these clouds got in the way, and they started to rain and snow on everyone below, and everyone on below the planet got rained and snowed on. And so the two washing machines said, oh, I can't see around that.
Don't quit your day job.
Wasn't that hilarious? It's a
Yeah.
surreal based on a Neil Diamond song. So, Neil Diamond, if you're ever listening, you have a surreal joke now based on one of your tunes. And I love Neil Diamond's music, fantastic. Maybe Neil Diamond will see this and see the joke. Wasn't that hilarious, Neil? Wasn't that hilarious?
Be careful what you ask for. He just might see this. You
I
know?
love it.
So-
I wonder what he'd think of the joke. I think he'd love it.
I'm going to do one last final thing here. Stay right where you guys are. Let's see if I can get this to do this before we sign out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes the signal in these studios are pretty weak. I'm going to just stay right there. I'm going to get a family group shot of you guys. Great. Let's see how that turned out here. That's the fun thing about my show. I can do anything I want. So, let's see. There it is. Isn't that
Mhm.
cool?
Right. I like that green in the background.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that'll be, we'll send that to you, Brian.
Okay.
Anyway, thanks for being on the show, and I know you're going to be a hit.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody's going to be watching this episode.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure the people out for tuning are going to be watching it, and our neighbors will be watching it. In fact, we've already had some requests, you know, for people to see this show, knowing you were going to be on today.
Oh boy.
We'll fix that. So as soon as we make a copy of that,
Yep.
we'll do that. We got about 2 minutes left. Any last minute words you want to say, Teresa?
Love thy neighbor, pet a cat, clean up the earth, save the water,
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff.
And I'm going to do something different here when I close my show. You guys stay seated. I'm going to stand next to you.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being part of Asaph Cafe. Instead of playing, I'll just make my greeting here. And until our next show, on behalf of Brian, Teresa, Emmett, Maranatha. You guys make yourself at home.
And
I'll
don't move,
sign.
right?
Yes, don't move until I turn the camera off.